I've decided I'm going to have a bit of a chat about Project Paradise, and I'm very much calling this a chat as it's going to be negative themed, but not entirely negative. I've also kind of just started getting over being ill, so audio quality isn't going to be great, so apologies. If you want to skip over this video, perfectly fine with that, as it's just going to be me discussing the event, talking about some issues and stuff with it, and also talking about why those issues are quite so bad. Anyway, let's start on the actual thing in hand, which is Project Paradise entered the game on Tuesday. I've played it like 7 or 8 times now, and it's not gone well. In all of those times I've tried to play the event and complete it, I've not been able to do it from start to finish. I've got the rewards like twice where I've joined in the last minute or two, I've managed to get rewards then, and I've started up the event myself a couple of times, but I've never been able to play it from the start to the finish. And that's not because I'm just like, oh, I'm dying and I'm not getting back in time or something like that. No. It's because there's stuff constantly going wrong whenever I try and do the event. So I kind of decided I was going to make this video after I was doing the event today, and everything went wrong in one attempt. And it just kind of annoyed me. So for this event, you head over to Arctis Farmer, you go downstairs into like the secret sub-basement, it tells you you've got to be level 50 plus because it's going to be lots of tough, nasty enemies. And it's a difficult event, and I appreciate that. Problem is, it's an event where you need a lot of people. Like, I mean a lot. Like, you'd need minimum 3 people, to be honest. You could theoretically get it done, but you're not going to. Not to the best degree. Because what you're supposed to do is collect enough food of some sort, put it into like these weird feeder things to summon some animals at higher levels. You then need to defend the animals as they get attacked by waves of other animals. That's basically it. And if you want to do it to the best degree and get the best chances, the best rewards in completing the event, you want a lot of people. Because you need a lot of people to feed the food in, you need a lot of people to defend the animals, and a lot of people to kill the animals that are attacking. There's a lot of animals in this, it's animal themed if you hadn't noticed. It's kind of a whole deal of the event. And this makes the event quite difficult, because if you're going in solo, which is what I've done the majority of times, then you're gonna struggle, because even if there's other people there, there's often not more than like 4 or 5 I've found, and that's like peak numbers. It's easy for people just to miss that the event is going on if they're not checking the map or if they're not nearby. So it's a bit of a struggle to do the event just on a baseline level. That isn't necessarily a bad thing though. For people who are using OP builds, they need something that's going to provide a bit of a challenge, and it's nice to have more activities that you can't just blitz through so easily. That was a problem I had very early on in the game, to be honest, to the point where I almost made a video called Is Fallout 76 Too Easy? I'm trying to remember now, I'm pretty sure I didn't make it in the end. I don't think it's up on the channel or anything. But I thought the game was a bit too easy, and I've never worried too much about min-maxing or anything because of that. As there's been more difficult things added into the game, I've focused a little bit more around damage, and at the point I am at now, I do need to rework not so much my build but my loadout a little bit, just to make it so I can dish out more damage consistently. That's kind of besides the point though. The event's kind of difficult, that's a good thing, but it does create challenges and helps contribute towards some inherent problems. Now the first problem is the game crashing. Now this happened a lot with me before on Scorched Earth, and it's often a case of there's too many things around, the game just can't handle it, there's lots of players, panic, crash to desktop, and it's a bit of a pain. Especially when the event seems to be going well, and you just crash out of it. This isn't something that's at all unique to Project Paradise, but it is a factor. None of us enjoy it when we're doing a specific event, and then we crash out. Especially if we aren't playing with any friends, and there's no friends on the same server as us, because then we can't just hop back in. It makes it twice as bad, because you get nothing from it then. But on top of that, there's been some specific problems with this event that I've encountered. First one, I'll start small, is enemies not showing loot. So I'll kill an enemy, and there'll be nothing on its corpse. That's the extent of it. And the thing is, it's not always consistent. Like, it sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't. It seems a bit random as to when or won't it happen. That didn't make sense, but we'll go with it. It's just a bit of an annoyance. It's not something that's going to make me go, oh my god, game's so broken, I'm not playing the game anymore, or become one of those people. But it's just like, A small annoyance, just adds on to the list here. Next one is another small one, prompts not registering properly. So this will be sometimes me trying to pick up something from a corpse that actually has spawned in, or trying to pick up something from the ground, or trying to put stuff into the trough feeders, and it just doesn't work. Either it doesn't show the prompt at all, or I hit the button and it just doesn't register. It's another small thing that just makes it a bit annoying, and it seems to happen more often with this event than it does elsewhere in the game, and I don't know why. And next up is the thing that really is the big problem here, which is some of the enemies have become unkillable, just for me. And I don't know why this is. I will shoot an enemy like a dozen times with my bloody 3-star Tesla rifle, and they'll go down to like, oh, they've got like 1 hit point left, and I can't do any more damage. And then they start regenerating health, and nothing can be done. The worst part of this as well is that this latest event that I did, our Yaoguai, the only animal left alive, was about to go down, no one was going over to save it, I was the only person rushing over to save it, I was shooting at the enemies there, and I couldn't kill them because they stopped at 1 health and just didn't die. So the Yaoguai died instead as I was trying to fight off a horde of them who were completely unkillable to me, the event failed, nothing mattered, and then I crashed. Yeah, that was an event where all of the bad stuff happened at once. I had the loot not working, I had the prompts not working, the enemies couldn't die, and I crashed. And that's what's got me making this video. Because I don't know why, but Project Paradise seems broken for me. Like, legitimately broken. I know we've had, all of us who've been actually enjoying 76, I've heard people go on the internet go, oh, the game's broken, you guys shouldn't play it, you should play something amazing like New Vegas with 500 mods which makes my computer explode, that game's perfectly stable. But this is actually a bit of a problem. I really like the event, which is why I'm quite so annoyed about this, and why I'm actually voicing my complaints about it. Because the event seems cool. It's high level, which I appreciate as someone who's like level 188, I think, at the moment. It's reasonable for me to go up against like a level 100 creature. That I'm fine with. The fact it's difficult and requires people to be doing different things at once also incentivises getting a team together. Like, I'd personally love to get my entire Discord server, just try and get all of the PC players who are available on the weekend to just jump over, we'll all try and go in at once, see if we can just stomp it out, get everything maxed out, just see how good we can do there. That will be great. And the location itself looks really cool. Like, I've been wanting to get some cinematic footage, but I've not been able to. I've got 1 cinematic shot so far, which is outside of Arctis Farmer. I was going to get some inside, but I'll either crash, or an enemy pops by and starts killing me as I'm trying to get the shot. It's a bit of a nightmare doing that. And the fact the location constantly seems to spawn in enemies outside of the event, especially the robots, is a bit annoying. Like, I'd like to be able to just go to the place, kill like the half a dozen robots that are there, especially the sentry bot who occasionally one-shots me. Don't know why. He's a bit tough. I'd like to just be able to go there, kill the robots, and then have just a few minutes before they respawn. Instead, it's just a constant amount of them. It's a bit annoying and stops me from like appreciating the fact that this is one of the most beautiful places in the game, and one of the most cinematic places in the game, and I want to appreciate that. But I can't when I'm constantly waiting for that Assaultron laser beam, or hearing a Protectron slowly creep after me. It's just a bit annoying. And this could be like one of the best locations, best events in the game, but I'm not able to enjoy it simply because so much stuff keeps breaking within it. And it's just a bit of a pain. Like, I've missed playing Fallout 76. I spent the beginning of a week in bed, no games, no fun, just lying there going and coughing. And I've had to cut out so much of what you're listening to here because I keep coughing, because I'm still ill. But I'm like, I want to get back on, I want to make videos, I want to play the games that I enjoy, and I've started doing that, and they're just not working very well. And it's just annoying. It's frustrating, and none of us enjoy it when we're trying to just play the game and have fun on the new content, and it doesn't work. It's one of the worst things about Fallout 76, is that it still has a whole bunch of glitches, and there's always problems. And I know it won't be everyone having them. And I know there's going to be people in the comments being like, oh, it's not happened to me, it's not a problem. And I get that mindset, And I understand that this isn't a problem for everyone, because I've not seen millions of people complaining about it online. Like, if this was a problem for everyone, I'd know about it by now. But it still is a problem for me, so I've stopped having fun with that event, and I'm wondering if I should even bother attempting it again or covering it at all. Or maybe I should just wait for people to almost finish the event, I'll hop over, get rewards, leave, and I'm done. But that just feels cheap. I want to contribute towards the event, I want to play it, I want to enjoy it to the full, but I don't know if I can, and that sucks. If you've experienced any of this stuff, please do let me know in the comments, just because I want to know if this is very much a minuscule thing that's happening to just very, very few players, or if it's something that's happening to a decent chunk, but still not everyone. Anyway, a bit of a downbeat video today, I'm afraid. I don't often do these, especially not on 76, because it gets picked on enough, to be fair, but these have to happen every once in a while. There's going to be plenty more upbeat stuff coming soon. There'll be an episode of a scavenger run. I'd like to have it up for tomorrow. Actually, I might make this tomorrow's video. This is probably going to come out on Friday now, to be fair. Scavenger run might be skipped over, because talking's quite difficult. There have been a lot of edits in what you're listening to now, because I keep coughing, and my voice keeps going. On the bright side, I recorded Fallout 4 Roguelike like a month ago, so that is going to have me sounding healthy, which will be good, and it's also got one of my favourite little cinematic shots in it, which isn't even I'm rambling again. This is beside the point. Thanks to those of you who have listened to this. Hopefully it was entertaining, informative, or something in between. I don't really know. Everyone, just have a good day and try and have fun in the game. Hopefully you're doing better than I am. Sarge out.